Hi Dray, how are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing fantastic.
So as you know, we're going to go through these 10 questions to get a bit more of an insight about what this man is doing in front of me at the office.
Awesome.
So, can you tell us a bit about your favorite part about your role in marketing at Acredius?
Of course. I would say that my favorite part in the digital marketing side of Acredius is being able to go from literally having nothing and creating something, testing it, putting it into the market and getting some useful data back and being able to actually make decisions in terms of how we go forward with our brand.
So when it comes to coming to the office, we all know that you love the office, you're here basically every day. So what is the time that you're most productive, in the morning or rather in the evening?
I would say that coming to the office for me personally is just something that I enjoy, mainly because I get to spend a lot of my time with my colleagues, specifically Vanessa. But in terms of production, I find myself really productive when I am by myself, whenever I am by myself. So be it if I'm by myself during the day or whether it's in the evening, it really doesn't matter. Ideally, as long as I'm by myself during the day or at night, it doesn't matter.
So Dray, when you're in your deep dive zone, working hard on some marketing material, what is the kind of playlist you're listening to?
Oh, well, I'm always listening to different type of music. Sometimes I might be listening to hardcore rap. Sometimes I might be listening to R&B, music, soul music, all different types of music. I'm a man of many genres.
So you're working in marketing now. I think your background is also mainly in the marketing area. What was your dream job when you were a kid?
Well, if I had to tell you a quick story, basically, when I grew up, I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to be, but I did know that I wanted it to involve something to do with automotive. And so I remember very clearly telling my father that I wanted to be an interior designer, and he told me, forget it. That's not something that you're gonna go into. And then I tried architecture, but my grades weren't good enough. So eventually I ended up doing business studies. And thankfully, because of that, I found myself in my dream job, which is digital marketing. So, yeah.
We all use here at Acredius, as you know, the toggle system to clock our hours. How many hours is for you an average working day?
Every day I push about 10 hours or so. If I'm less than 10, it's probably a bad day.
So you're like quite a hard worker. Do you have any tips on time management?
I would say simple time management is if you're doing something that you're happy about and you can actually see, growth in yourself, not only in yourself, but you see growth in the project that you're working, then time is not really a factor. You might find yourself spending hours and hours and hours of time doing something, and only when you look back you realize, whoa, like I just spent 10 hours doing this here. So that basically answers the question, I hope.
Another question more about the diet of Dray. So what do you typically eat for lunch?
Well, I'm a very different type of person. Majority of my food comes from my morning meals, followed by the evening. So you'll find if you ever bump into me during lunchtime, you don't need to worry because I don't really eat lunch.
Okay, and the last question would be, why did you choose crowdlending as a sector to work in, or fintech in general?
The thing that drew me to crowdlending, specifically I would say to Acredius itself, was mainly because it was an international company. There was no bias towards what nationality you were. And at the same time, they were a startup. And being crowdlending, I can understand the value that Acredius can bring to small businesses that are perhaps struggling to get up and running. And I just feel like to be honest, I feel like it's a bit of God's work that what we're doing here at Acredius in terms of crowdlending. So I'm definitely 100% behind that.
All right, thank you so much, Dray.
Thank you.
And have a great day at work.